What's good with the YouTube? You already know, Big Flocka with a convict's perspective, and I'm gonna smash, dash, and slide on through that little bit of energy. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, and do all those things to help support this channel, and hit that bell notification for future fire content. So, as you guys can see, I seen Frank Gucci dropped a couple videos today, man, and he mentioned that he was surprised, that I spoke out for his situation, right? And this is what I want to emphasize to people, man. That when I was active in the mix, right, I always stood up for people who were being done wrong. Filipino Goose is a prime example. The old wanted to kill him out there in the streets. I stood up for him. I got him cleared back then, right, because it was the right thing to do. When I went through what I was going through, right, everybody knew, including homeboys from the hood, that the individual had priors for doing a lot of shady stuff and scandalous stuff, but it was never done to the homies from the hood, right? They knew that backtrack record. They knew the backtrack record of my wife at the time. Yet people, based upon fear of speaking out, decided to remain silent, knowing damn well what occurred, that there was no lie to it. There was no reason that my ex-wife at the time would have lied. There was no reason for me to lie, right? But I had no support, no backing. At first I did from the other carnals, right? But as soon as one that had more rank started to push the issue because he was making the money, everything fell on deaf ears. And so my whole point is this. When I spoke about Frank Gucci's situation in my reaction to his channel, it was to let people know, right, that the true beliefs and ideologies of representing the Norte is to not be inferior. It doesn't mean to rock the boat and make waves, but at the same time, we should our own people should not be scared to voice their opinion when someone is being done wrong. Frank Gucci was done wrong. That's 100% facts. And people know he was done wrong. But because people are worried about their own standings, right? There's no voices that came forward on his behalf. And that's an issue. You know, the Norte, as we were schooled and taught, is supposed to be a fair and just cause, due process, and all this stuff, right? Respect, equality, no superiority, right? So therefore, if someone is in violation of the law, money should be a solution to that issue. If someone has done something to disrespect an end's family member, money should be an issue to solve that. And nobody should be scared to do what is right. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And at the time when I was going through my issues, I spoke that out very, very fucking explicitly, man. I was fucking saying what needed to be said and wasn't bowing down. But I was doing all that on my own. I've always had to do certain things that were on a major scale on my own. And people would know what was right, right? Even Choco said that a lot of the brothers were speaking on it before everything happened all bad with me. Then why is this being allowed? Because this dude's making Lencho money? And a lot of people to this day said that the results of everything that happened, it should never happen. Whatever I did or didn't do, it doesn't matter. It's done. I'm not justifying it, but I should never have been put in that position. My own hand, they should have backed me up, right? And even those that weren't holding rank or status should have came forward and said, you know what, yeah, he's been known to do this type of stuff, but nobody wanted to get involved. The same things that he's going through, that he went through, where he wasn't in the wrong. He was a man. He stood 10 toes down and defended himself. Basically punked the dude. And he got deemed because this other individual was in good with the O. Now, no, everybody knows it, but no one will speak out against it. And so that's why I did that video. Because even though whatever my standings is today, man, I still hold certain beliefs close to heart. The things that I was taught that were righteously supposed to be applied. You know what I'm saying? Standing up for those, right, who have suffered some type of injustice, right, abuse, and whatnot. In a lot of senses, everything that he's gone through is a prime example of that. I wish there were those that had the balls, the cojones, to stand up for me when I was going through my whole situation. Because you know what, I was not wrong in any of it. I was 100% to the T right. And however you feel about me, I don't really care. It is what it is. You haven't walked in my shoes, not even a fucking 5 feet. Because I was deep in the mix. I knew what was going on at all times. But I've always been the person who always tried to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? I had my flaws. I had my faults. You know what I'm saying? Like we all do. But my game at that time, when I was out in the streets, my, I had my A+ game when I was out there functioning on the streets or in prison. I was on top of my shit. And for me, I had enough balls to always push the issues that needed to be pushed. And that was taught to me. You know, in order for you to protect yourself, right, you have to know how to apply it. You have to know your rights. And I knew my rights. I knew what was happening was fucking in total violation. It needed to be dealt with. Fuck the money. Money's not the only fucking priority that comes with this life. Because once you put money before everything else, it's no longer about carnalismo. It's about something entirely different. And that's where all the selfish, greed, betrayal, and traits come into play. It's prime examples of that. You know, that's why I did that video. Because even though I'm whatever my standings are today, it's my opportunity to sit there and still voice my opinion on what's right and what's wrong. And what happened with him was totally wrong. And I think a lot of homeboys, they don't realize that they're more worried about their standings as opposed to doing what's right. And I could never be part of something that is going to accept something wrong because it has a value. There's no value behind your fucking respect. There's no value behind your family. And that's what a lot of these dudes fucking have a whole different misinterpretation of. They're more worried about titles. But when it's all about respect, it's all about unity, it's all about treating your brothers the way they're supposed to be treated. That's the way I was schooled. To sit there and voice your opinion for someone who is being tormented with some type of fucking disrespect or mistreatment. And that's what I've seen with Frank Gucci's situation from everybody that I know that's out there that knows him. I know he knows a lot of the same people I know, right? And a lot of these dudes are still active. Everybody has had nothing but good things to say about the dude. He's no punk. Yes, at times he could be a little fucking headache because he didn't bow down to nobody. Those are facts out there in San Jose. He didn't bow down to nobody and always defended his hood to the fullest and still representing the Norte. You know, so when I heard him do the little reaction video to what I did as far as doing the video, that's why I did the video because it's the right thing to do. You know, he should have more people behind him saying, you know what, man, Frank did nothing fucking wrong. This dude fucking sat there and became a fucking weenie and went and struck him up because this dude socked him. Where's the honor in that? So a person's supposed to allow someone to disrespect them and they can't take action because, oh, it's going to be red on red? Nah, I don't look at it that way. This had nothing to do with Norte. It had nothing to do with gangbanging. This was personal. But yet this other dude made it about the Norte, made it about the O, made it their business to where they made a decision. Who knows? Like, someone may have even kicked in some money to make sure it went through. I don't know. You know, like I said, all the years of hearing about, Cheeks, right? I've never heard nothing really bad about him at all. I just heard that he was about his actions and he wasn't afraid to stand up to anybody, including the O, if he felt he was right. Therefore, he was always a potential threat. When he really wasn't a threat, he just represented what he represented and did what he did. You know, he knows a lot of fucking carnales. He knows a lot of bros. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like the ones that were from his own town, right? Always wanted to put labels and titles up on him. Oh, he just does whatever he wants. No, he does what he wants because he's a man. But there was nothing that he's ever done that was in violation of any laws that was at all any type of impediment, any type of detriment upon old functions while he was out there in the streets. You know, he was just down for his hood. Did nothing wrong, man. And so me doing that video was me explaining that, look, if you are banging Norte, if you have any type of educational attainments, if you're seasoned in any way, I'm not telling you to make waves, right? But pick and choose the battles that you need to fucking pick. And what I mean by that, those that you need to defend. Never allow someone who has status that's fucking a high ranking or this and that be able to influence you to where you make a decision that is contrary to the true beliefs. Because regardless, right, Gucci's part of the gente. Everybody's part of the gente. You know what I'm saying? And there's nobody that's above and beyond anything, above and beyond the law. You know? Now, if this was an issue that was in regards to him, between him and the C, yeah, I already know the outcome of that. You know what I'm saying? Equality is out the door, like I've always been told when it comes to the NF and Northerners. But there's a lot of dudes that could have sat there and came forward and defended him. Not just the ones that come in and they put the comments in the video, oh yeah, he was done wrong. Well, why aren't you voicing that to your sit channel? Why isn't anybody taking a stance like, hold on, man, this is wrong what's being done to him? And that was my whole point, man. Because I think it's important that when you know something's wrong and you know what your law tells you, no one should ever feel afraid to speak their mind because they may get deemed no good, they may get fined, they may get this and that. Because you need people like fucking Frank. You know what I'm saying? You need people like me out there who are fucking loyal. You need the good ones out there, not the dudes that are fucking abusing their authority just to push those out the door because they can, because they have that much influence, whether it's financially or status wise. See, money talks, and that's what fucks everything up. Because the carnalismo that's supposed to be there for the gente is no longer there when people put money before their own fucking people. With that said, that's why I did the video. I'm gonna keep it short. It's Flacco Conference Perspective. I'm out.